Text, Trades Win, Share Your Success. MCB, Massachusetts Commission for the Blind. Polis Center for Social and Economic Development.
Trades Win is a project run by visually impaired students in collaboration with the Massachusetts Commission for the Blind and the Polis Center. This project tells the stories of blind professionals in a variety of careers. By sharing these stories, we hope to show the world how blind individuals can be successful in a variety of different career paths.
A man and woman sit in a room. Text, Olivia Ledger, interviewer. Matthew Shifrin, inventor and entrepreneur.
Hi, I'm Olivia.
I'm Matthew.
Text, Matthew Shifrin's story.
So Matthew, could you tell me a little bit about your vision history?
I've been blind since birth, and I was born early. And because I was born early, my retina is detached.
Matthew and Olivia walk through a library, both using walking canes.
And so I've been pretty much totally blind all my life. My range of facial expressions is not the same as that of someone who has more usable vision.
What kind of assistive technology do you use on a daily basis?
I use a Braille note taker, which is a computer with a Braille display at the bottom. And the Braille display shows Braille, hence the name.
Matthew types on a keyboard.
And you can read books on it and write emails and browse the internet. And there's a calendar and just all the normal computer things that computers can do, this thing also does.
Text, Lego for the Blind.
Can you tell me a little bit about the work that you've done with Legos?
I think innovation comes from desperation. And my main Lego project is called Lego for the Blind. And that started when I was 13.
Matthew sits at a table and pulls Lego pieces from a plastic box.
And on my 13th birthday, a family friend came over, and she brought this big cardboard box and this big binder. And in this box was a Middle Eastern palace Lego set.
He moves his fingers over folders in a binder.
And in the binder were these instructions that the friend had brailled by hand on a Braille typewriter. That's an incredible amount of work. And she was able to describe every single Lego piece and how it fit together and describe it in such a way that I was able to build this Lego set all on my own. And it was really, really an amazing moment for me.
What would you say is one thing that you've learned from all of this?
It was a matter of persistence. Okay, we can't get in touch with this Lego person. We don't know who. Okay, we're going to make this website. And okay, we've made this website and people are really enjoying it, so now who else do we know kind of around us who might know someone at Lego? And so I went to MIT, and they have a group there who are on good terms with Lego and have collaborated with Lego for many years. And it just so happened that I talked to someone at that group, and he said, hey, my friend just moved to Denmark to work with Lego. I'll introduce you to him and then take it from there. And he introduced me to his friend, and his friend introduced me to the guy at Lego who basically was a very staunch supporter of our text-based instructions, who was able to push our instructions through to the head of Lego and who was able to get them improved.
Text, Project Daredevil.
So there's also another project that you've worked on called Project Daredevil. Could you tell me a little bit about that too?
So Project Daredevil is a virtual reality headset for blind people. And initially the project started because as a blind person, when you go to the movies, there is what's called audio description. There's a narrator who narrates what's happening on screen. I don't know, the monkey eats the banana, the potato grows from the ground, whatever. And that's a wonderful system. It's very useful. But the thing is, because the describer has a limited time to describe what's happening, they are not going to be able to carry the nuance of the film through their descriptions because they have like 3 seconds to say that, I don't know, our main character got flung through a window. They're not going to talk about like how far he falls. He's just falling, you know?
Shattered glass flies through the air.
And so Project Daredevil was created to add a layer of intensity and realism to the films that we see, in the sense that initially it also started from there are two branches to Project Daredevil. One of them is the fact that we wanted to make comic books accessible to blind people, because there are audio adaptations of comics but they are not designed for blind people. So sounds will happen, and you'll be confused as to why they happened.
A hand pushes sliding buttons on a sound mixing board.
But the creators of this book are assuming that you have read the actual comic book. So they are not going to be describing everything because they're just assuming you can make assumptions. And if you can't make assumptions, then just enjoy it as it is. And so I wanted to create a kind of a fuller experience for blind people. I realized that comic books run on scripts, like movie scripts.
A woman sings into a microphone.
And I realized that if I could get access to these scripts, then I could basically make a radio drama version, but a radio drama that's in 3D sound, that's all around your head, above you, behind you, below you, etc. And so then I made the 3D sound radio drama, and I realized then that besides that radio drama, we need a more kind of visceral approach to media. We need you to feel these superhero emotions. What's it like to jump off a building?
Patio furniture and plants on the roofs of buildings.
What's it like to, I don't know, whatever these action movie type events are. I don't know, if we think of something like the Fast and the Furious, what's it like to drive one car off another car? All of these kind of action movie stunts, what are they like to experience as a person?
A sports car speeds down a winding road.
And that's where the actual headset aspect of Project Daredevil came in. And that is a helmet that uses these spinning gyroscopes to affect the vestibular system, which is the fluid in your inner ear that controls your sense of balance.
A diagram of the ear spins to display the tubes and structures of the inner ear.
And so, depending on how these gyroscopes are able to spin, that basically makes your vestibular system act in different ways, which simulates these motions. And so this project is currently we're doing testing of it, and that's with me and an engineer at the MIT Media Lab.
Thinking about your personal experience being blind, if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
I'd tell myself that it's really important to have the energy and to use that energy for whatever you want to accomplish. Because before Lego for the Blind happened, I wasn't really sure what would happen. Meaning that I was interested in things, but I really wasn't sure how far I could take things on my own.
He attaches Lego pieces to a studded mat.
And once Lego for the Blind started, we got the text-based instructions, we made the website, we convinced Lego to do stuff. Then that was really a turning point, because I realized the power of persistence. And so I would definitely tell myself to be engaged, to strive for things, and to not give up until you've made them happen.
Yeah, and I think that's really, really important. Well, thank you so much for coming to talk to us today, Matt. It was really nice to talk to you.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Credits. Produced by Victoria and Olivia Ledger. Directed by Victoria Ledger. Written by Victoria and Olivia Ledger. Edited by Victoria Ledger. Director of Photography, Victoria Ledger. Cinematographers, Victoria Ledger, and Cameron Adibi. Interviewed by Olivia Ledger. Special thanks to Matthew Shifrin. Props provided by Matthew Shifrin. This has been a TradesWin project, in association with Massachusetts Commission for the Blind. Polis Center for Social and Economic Development. Adibi Productions. Equipment and facility provided by Ash West Community Media.